Alright everybody, welcome back to this week's episode of Best Brew Ever. I know I've been off for a little while, but I've been having a lot of problems. Work has been, I've been staying over and having problems with my truck, so any spare time I really haven't been able to really brew. I've been working on the truck trying to get it right. And actually, I didn't get a chance. I mean, the last episode was the St.Paddys Day beers, and actually for St.Paddys Day I was gonna do a live episode, but that kind of fell through. Things don't always work out, so that was supposed to be that week's episode, and then things just kept spiral rolling out of nowhere. So I guess really this is more or less just catching up on. We're not gonna do any brewing because I still haven't got the truck fixed, so all my money's going to that right now. And it's my daughter's birthday coming up, so no spare money. So we're just gonna do this kind of little review of what I was gonna show on the St. Paddy's Day episode. Was show the Irish Stout and the Red Ale. But nothing ever works out right. So St. Paddy's Day, I figured the stout wasn't gonna come out well, and the red was gonna be better, because the red I fermented for like a month. The stout I only fermented for like 3 weeks, and then I think a couple days in the keg, both of them. But my stout turned out to be great, and my red was sour. So St. Paddy's Day, I actually just drank the stout, and I don't have any. Like a lot of times, I drink it before I get to show them. But I do have a picture, so let me go ahead and show that. And the red I didn't drink, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna let it chill out and kind of do what it's got to do. I know I didn't think it was really an off flavor. I think it just wasn't ready. So I gave it another week, and it was still just a little bit sour. And I think I gave it 2 weeks, and that sourness was just at the back. So I guess a month in the fermenter, or maybe 3 weeks in the to condition in the keg, which is, I don't know, that seems like a long time, but I think that's what it really needed. But it was like my last beer that I had, so I went ahead and drank it. Still with a slight sourness, but it was still very drinkable and very good. I just poured one, the last one. I thought I had one left in it at least, but it kicked, and oh man, well, the yeast that got it, that is not representative of what it actually looked like. It's just loaded with yeast right now, because it just sucked all that off the bottom. But I do have a picture. I made sure just in case, so I took a picture, and here's a better picture. You can see it was actually nice and red and clear, and it was very delicious. You can see that picture looked nothing like that, and that's pretty rough looking. That looks more like the oatmeal stout right now. So let that I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But anyway, things are. I do have some other video that I wanted to already have posted. Got some kind, the small batch beers that I wanted to post, but just there's been no time. So I probably in next week's episode, I'll try to get that put together. In next week's episode, I'll put that. I'm actually doing some lagers, which I haven't had success in so far, but it's only my second try for lagering. So we'll see how it comes out, and hopefully, if it comes out right, I can make a big batch for the warmer months coming up. Also, my dad is a regular at a local brewing company called Center Point, and they had a raffle for every pint you drank. You got your name put in the raffle for a 5-gallon carboy, and he won. So I think this is where we're gonna do our lagering. If I get figure out a recipe. So that's really cool that they did something. Center Point, they started out in home brewing, and that's cool that they kind of give back to some home brewers who want to like to go in there and have a pint and win some cool homebrew stuff. I mean, that I've never bought a carboy because they were so expensive, and so that's really cool. So thanks to those guys. Thanks to my dad for drinking so many beers there, and I think that's pretty much it. We're just trying to move forward with this thing, but life is always throwing stuff at you, and you just got to try to make it work. So I don't want anybody to think that I've given up this hobby, this project, whatever you want to call it. It's still fun. I still have plenty of ideas, and I still have plenty of beers that I want to make. Just let you guys know I'm not giving up, even though I haven't posted anything. But if you want to make sure that you stay updated, like everybody always says, click the bell, click notifications, and then when I do post, you guys will be able to see my videos instead of thinking that I'm never posting anymore. So there might be periods where I'm not able to post, but just make sure you click the notifications so you can see when I do. And for new people to this channel, like, subscribe. That way, I've got a million ideas, not just in the brewing series, also in the different genres, but it's just going to take time for it to add up and get a good library going. But I appreciate everybody who subscribed and continues to watch, and I'll see you next time for more Best Brew Ever.